We got a big screen triple shadow team for today's content submitted by Lightronix 26. This trainer is all about spice and we're gonna use a pretty good team offensively but a pretty bad one defensively, because as you can see here we managed to destroy down the Talonflame without them spending the remaining energy that they had. This is absolutely insane. From Shadow Tyranitar with the smackdowns and now with Venusaur coming into the game, we can absolutely stand victorious even up against this Decidueye, which is a pretty good anti-vigor of Pokemon. So another move is coming off here. Lightronix will let them move go through, since we do not care at all about the damage output. When you have a classy team like this and you can tank a move, just go for it, you are not gonna regret it. And now we can one-shot down the remaining HP that is left on Togekiss with a simple super effective Sludge Bomb. Into the next battle now with the Tentacle up in front. Let's get our hands on that Mirror Shot for the bait. Of course, I cannot add any information about each individual Pokemon on the left of your screen, because as you can see here, they are most probably playing from the iPad, so this trainer is gonna submit some big screen battles and it takes a lot out of my total layout. Anyways, now coming into the game with the Whiskas, I guess, here to try and catch the move. What was that? Perhaps a mistake. We go down now to the move and we're just gonna keep going at it with Shadow Venusaur coming into the battle. I know that the Mud Bombs can easily be taken, able to farm down completely the remaining HP that they have, so now that the Sludge Bomb is gonna be able to almost one-shot down, I believe, the remaining HP that this Serperior is having. After we block their move, I guess it is time to reach to the Sludge Bomb, and we're over farming for no reason at all, because Sludge Bomb here will still connect and we can get a big victory. Lightronix for the win. Zweilous is a very bad lead for us, especially when we still have a Venusaur at the back. And something that this trainer shared with me is that with this team you always need to focus on getting that switch advantage, and to do so sometimes you need to sacrifice some shields for the greater good, because I guess that Tyranitar is losing to Vigoroth right straight ahead, but those smackdowns can absolutely wall down a lot of flyers in the meta. So Body Slam here can easily be taken, but at the same time I guess that we are super glassy that we cannot even survive that move. Now at the back they have a Skarmory with Steel Wing to destroy down our defenses, and now with our Magnezone coming into the game we make them drop the remaining energy that they have. Very good energy management here and the proper shield for the Magnezone to one-shot down with a Wild Charge that poor Skarmory, and now we can stand over that Fairy type at the end game with our Shadow Venusaur and almost one-shotting down their entire team over here. Absolutely awesome with that amazing offensive team. Those battles are the most entertaining that I have seen in this rotation. Absolutely awesome. Now with the Ferrothorn up in front, this is obviously a very bad lead for us. Once again this Pokemon is going to destroy one of our backline, if not both of them, so that it can also have a very good battle individually against our Magnezone. We cannot catch the move here, which is kind of a big bummer, but at the same time we can almost finish it off here with a couple of Mirror Shots. Down they go, but we have sacrificed the shield in the process. However, we got now the switch advantage. Unfortunately for us, we get farmed down here before we reach to the Wild Charge, so it all depends now on what they might be having at the very end. Sky Attack here can be taken by our opponent, by our Tyranitar, excuse me, and now Tentacruel returns into the battle. So knowing that, we can absolutely have the upper hand somehow with those couple of fresh plants coming along the way, but at the same time I guess we cannot reach to the second, which is kind of a big bummer. Anyways, now Crunch for that knockout, but they still have the shield and one more Pokemon like this Altaria remaining at the back, so down we go eventually to their moves. That was though a pretty good effort from our trainer, and now let's keep going into the next battle. I think that the Lantern is also gonna be kind of a core breaker here because they can always almost one-shot us down with that Surf, while Surf at the same time can immediately and instantly feint our Tyranitar to 0 HP. Anyways, now with the Wild Charge here, we managed to get that Lantern out of the way and one shield up against Vigoroth. Absolutely wonderful for us because now we can come into the battle with our Venusaur and have the upper hand over that Pokemon. Now with this Skarmory coming into the game, I guess we need to protect as much as we can our Tyranitar here, so now we can get our hands to that brutal swing, leave that Skarmory with 1 HP, and let's see now if we can get to back-to-back Frenzy Plants to get this victory, because we can win the CMP, I guess, if we can get there first. And yes, trainers, we can absolutely do this. So down they go to the double frenzy, and Venusaur will emerge as an amazing closer for this team. Steelix is another bad lead for us. We definitely need to play accordingly here, and we're gonna stay in as it seems, because Wild Charge is gonna be our main way to go, and obviously our Tyranitar will not be a very good Pokemon up against it. However, we can still rely on Venusaur, but revealing this Pokemon pretty early here makes me think that perhaps this Steelix is gonna be kind of a big troublemaker for our team. We need to keep Tyranitar hidden at all costs over here. So now Sludge Bomb will connect on that poor battery charger, and we can go ahead and let now our Venusaur go down, because the following Tyranitar is gonna destroy down the remaining HP that they have. Not only that, but also we can reach the brutal swing up against Greninja. Greninja is a Pokemon that will give us a lot of trouble if they get here to that Hydro Cannon, which they do, and now they can also get to another move up against our Magnezone to grab our final shield. All we need to do here though is to reach to a couple of Wild Charges and hope that we can get our hands on the knockout, but this Steelix is having so much energy to spare, so down we go eventually, and yeah, that was kind of a bad luck to be honest. So now with Griden up in front, I guess we need to stay in. Those Mudshots are already doing so much damage to our defenses, but at the same time we can easily charge up to that Wild Charge eventually. So we're just gonna throw the move, able to get the shield, and right after I guess we need to let our Magnezone go down. With that in mind, we do not have the switch advantage, but we still have the shield advantage, and sometimes that can also work towards our good. So Trailblaze here will be blocked, which is not the move we were expecting, but at the same time well played to our opponent. Now Frenzy Plant for the knockout, and now Toxicroak comes into the game. You know what, even that Frenzy Plant will connect for a lot of damage, and we cannot let our Toxicroak go up against our Tyranitar, because it is gonna hurt us a ton. Able to farm down in the process. At the very end, they got this amazing Lantern, which means that we can throw all the energy that we have and still guarantee the victory with our final Smackdown. Into the final game of today's content. These battles are super entertaining, and we're gonna get our hands first to that Mirror Shot. I guess we can throw a shield here, but our opponent knows much better, and they're gonna take the move. Right after, we got the Wild Charge on the shield and the CMP. Absolutely wonderful for us. So now Lightronix will let that Magnezone go down. Easy farm down for those Smackdowns, and our sad Tyranitar, we charge up a fairly amount of energy on our Pokemon, and now we're gonna get up to the Stone Edge, but instead we're gonna throw that Brutal Swing. This makes a ton of sense, but at the same time we can let our Pokemon go down here and rely completely on our Venusaur for the end game. I guess they have a Vigoroth at the back because this is a pretty standard team, but instead we get surprised by these Dunsparce. This means now that they can charge up a lot of energy, but since we got the shield advantage over here, Shadow Venusaur will be in no bad shape, because we can easily go ahead, block whatever they throw, and still guarantee the complete farm down without throwing any charge attack. That was an amazing video for today's content. Thank you Lightronix for that submission. Those were some intense battles. If you enjoyed these battles as well, show your appreciation by liking this video, and why not subscribe to the channel if you are new to my content. Over here I have 2 more videos for you, check them out, and I will catch you up later into the next one.